Hi, my name is Elena Amstutz, and I'm going to be discussing Albert Bandura's social learning theory. Throughout the presentation, I will discuss Bandura's early life, his personal life, his theory development, other influential pioneers, his later life and death, and his influence on education today. Bandura was born on December 4th, 1925 in the very small town of Bandura, Alberta. He was the youngest of 6 siblings. His father was from Poland and his mother was from Ukraine. They both immigrated to Canada when they were young. After they married, they moved to Bandura, Alberta, where Albert's father worked laying track for the Trans-Canada Railroad. Albert lived with his family in Alberta until he started university in 1946. Growing up, Bandura had limited access to education, but his parents always encouraged him to push ahead and to succeed. They instilled that love of education in him from a very young age. After graduating from high school in 1946, he received his bachelor's degree at the University of British Columbia and then did graduate work at the University of Iowa, where he received a master's degree in psychology and a doctorate degree in clinical psychology. While receiving his degrees at the University of Iowa, he met his wife, Virginia, or Jenny Barnes. They crossed paths on the golf course and sparks flew. They got married in 1952. They had 2 beautiful children together, Carol and Mary. It was believed by many that Bandura was a great father. Albert and Jenny were married until she passed in 2011. Bandura did not originally go to school to be a psychologist. He started out as a biological sciences major and found his love for psychology by accident. Albert worked nights to help offset the cost of his schooling. He would come to school after his shift ended and would find himself arriving for classes well before they started. To fill this time, Albert thumbed through the course catalog and found a filler class that he would find interesting. After starting the class, it sparked his interest, and he knew he found his calling. If it weren't for his random choosing of a filler class, we may have never had the opportunity to learn from him. After getting his PhD, he accepted a 1-year instructorship at Stanford. Not long after that, he secured a job as a professor. After only 2 years, he became the chairman of the psychology department. He worked there until 2010 when he retired. During his years there, he received countless awards and honors. Some of these honors include, but are not limited to, Outstanding Lifetime Contribution to Psychology in 2004, the American Psychological Foundation's Gold Medal Award in 2006, the Grawemeyer Award for Psychology in 2008, and the National Medal of Science in 2014. That one was awarded by President Barack Obama, and so many more titles and positions were held. Bandura is most commonly known for developing the social learning theory. This theory emphasizes the importance of observing, modeling, and imitating the behaviors, attitudes, and emotional reactions of others. The theory has 4 determining processes. These processes are attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. In the next slide, we will go more into depth on what each of these mean. So again, the SLT modeling process, or the social learning theory modeling process, the 4 steps are attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. Attention means that we must first pay attention to the model. Retention means that we must be able to remember the observed behavior. Reproduction means that we must be able to replicate the behavior demonstrated. Motivation means that we must be motivated to demonstrate what we have learned. In 1961, Bandura conducted his most widely known experiment called the Bobo doll study. In this study, the subjects would provide examples of behavior to replicate. Because of his findings in the Bobo doll experiment, he eventually developed his social learning theory in 1977, and this theory later evolved into what we know as the social cognitive theory, and he developed that in 1986. Some other influential pioneers that influenced Bandura's theory are Yuri Bronfenbrenner, B.F. Skinner, Neil Miller, and John Dollard. Bandura died on July 26, 2021, at the age of 95 in Stanford. He battled and died from congestive heart failure. After his very successful career and all of his accomplishments, Bandura was awarded the National Medal of Sciences in 2014 by President Barack Obama. Bandura made many contributions to today's education system, which we will talk about in the next few slides, and he is known as one of the most influential psychologists to ever exist. Bandura and his theory have played a major role in today's education. An article on Bandura on apa.org states that multiple studies by Bandura and others have shown that students who believe in their own abilities to learn and self-regulate are more successful academically. Because of Bandura's dedication and research, interventions have been developed to promote students' perceptions of their self-efficacy. Bandura's theory focuses on how behavior and student growth are influenced by what happens during social activities. Bandura's impact on education continued. This theory can be applied every day to many different situations in the classroom. Children inherently mimic the actions of those around them. If they see that there is a meaningful reward associated with that behavior, they will likely catch on. This theory leads teachers and students to set high goals for themselves and to eventually reach those goals. Albert Bandura has had an incredible impact on education today, and I believe that he will continue to impact personality theory and behaviorism for years to come. Before Bandura developed his social learning theory, the Bobo doll experiment also had a large impact on education today. This experiment was important because it shows that not all behavior is directed by reinforcement or rewards. This experiment shows the importance of social influences. The children had no rewards or motivations to make them do the things they were doing. They were simply just mimicking the behavior that they were seeing. This is my bibliography. Thank you.